Say R. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not for us to see. Just wait and see. Say KR, KR. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not for us to see. Just wait and see. Say KR, KR. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not for us to see. Just wait and see. KR, KR. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not for us to see. Just wait and see. Say KR, KR. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not for us to see. Just wait and see. Say KR, KR. Guys, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, depending on your time zone and depending on which country you're viewing this live from. As you can see, guys, I'm just spending I need some alone time to be by myself, to spend some time alone by myself to think about goals and what I want for the future, if God so spare our lives. It is very essential and it is important that we must, when we see our life not going in the direction that we wanted to do, is to retract, to rethink, to go back, to look at look at what we have done, look at the mistakes that we have made, and improve from them. So we do need alone time, guys, to think about your future, think about plans, think about how to execute those plans, think about the resources that you need for those plans. And guys, you also need to have faith in whatever you want to do. Without faith, it is impossible to reach a goal if you doubt yourself, if you doubt that the process, if you doubt that the goals that you're achieving is unachievable, if you think it is too high and unachievable, if you doubt and you don't have any faith, you're not going to put in the effort and the interest and the time because you doubt yourself, you doubt the process. So sometimes it's good for us to, spend some alone time. Get some alone time away from, home, away from families, away from environment, and just to be out in nature. You see how the breeze blowing in my face. You see how, I'm just thinking, looking at nature. When you go back into nature, it bring you back to reality. It bring you back to consciousness. It bring you back to who you are. It bring you back to who you are. And when it bring you back to who you are, and you are alone by yourself, you get more time to think about mistakes that you have made, plans. It gives you time to execute, to think about how you're gonna achieve these goals, these plans. So it gives you that, so when you're thinking about the future, find some alone time to spend by yourself, to be alone, to think about those goals, those plans that you have. and just meditate. Come away from the problem and the stress of life and clear your mind, clear your conscience, clear your head, so you can really sit down and think and focus on what you really want to do out of life, the goals that you want to achieve, how you're going to go about executing those goals. If you need the resources, what is your plan? What is your future? What do you really want to do in life? Sometimes you need those time, just you and God to think about it. So I am here by myself, guys, and as I tell you before, I have some things that I'm doing. And it reached to this stage now. This is the last stage of it. And God has carried us through. God has carried my family and I to this last stage. And if He had carried us through the first, the second, the third, God bless you too, Jackson. God bless you guys. I'm seeing another strain. God bless you guys. Yeah, man. So you see, as I said, if God if God has taken you through your plans, if you have reached to the last stage of the plan that you are executing for your future, your goals. For example, you might be going to school and you reach the last year of school. If of university, if God has taken you, for example, through the first year, the second year, and now you are reaching the third year, God is gonna carry you through. You just have to have faith in the process and keep on going and keep on pushing. So if you are execute whatever plans and you're executing, and God has taken you to the last stage of it, He will finish it, because what God has started in your life, He's gonna finish it. And when I look at the struggles, guys, when I look at the struggles, when I look at how God has carried my family and I, how He had carried us through this process, and we are at the last stage. And you see, what it seems impossible for man, it is not. It is possible for God. What seems this stage look hard, this last stage of my goals, this last stage of my process, whatever I'm going through, it seems hard. It seems unattainable. It seems that I'm gonna get a fight. People are gonna fight me. I can't carry on. And when we began to have doubts, when we begin to put doubts in our mind, we are twice defeated, guys. So I'm saying, Lord, you bring me thus far, and it seems like the devil is trying to tell me that you can't make it, is unattainable. But the God that I serve said to me that whatever He has started, He will finish it, because He is there's nothing can, when if the will of God for our life, no man can stop. You see like how we might try to do something in life, and some person, the devil might try to stop it. People might try to stop whatever we are doing, put setback, stumbling block in our ways. Guys, I'm gonna find a much quieter place, because the noise is great right here, so we can't stay so. Because there's a lot of children making noise, and I can't tell you what I need to tell you when these children are making the noise. So I'm gonna right is nice and cool, guys. Very nice and cool. So what I want to explain to you, as I said, I have to get away from the noise and the hustle and bustle of life. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, when sometimes in life, when we are trying to do something in life, whatever goals we are trying to attain in life, whatever our goal is, whether it is to go back to school, whether to get a job, whether to get married, whether to have a house, a car, whatever our future is, We sometimes we need alone time by ourselves to think about what we, especially guys, when you see your future, especially when you see life is not going as you want it to be, especially when you see life is not lifing as how you want it to be. When you look around, you see people prospering, you see your friends that you graduate with, and they're in big jobs, they're going on right, and you said look, and you look at your life and you said everything you try to do in life is like is a failure. Everything you put your hands to, it fail. Everything you think about to execute it, it fail. Whether you don't have the financial resources, or whether it fail because of people that put stumbling block in your life, put setback. So sometimes you need to go back to the drawing board. Hi, Jackson. Yes. Hi, how you doing? So sometimes we need to go back. Angel, Mark, you 2595. How you doing, guys? Sometimes we need to go back to the drawing board and look out. Sometimes we are making some mistake in life and we are wondering how we can attain our goals. Maybe the goals that we are trying to attain, you ever ask yourself, is this what I really want to do in life? Is this what God wants for me? Because let me tell you something, guys. Before we were born, before we come out of our mother's womb, the Lord knows what we were going to be. The Lord knows every aspect of our life. And he could say, that when she get big, she's gonna be a teacher. When she get big, she's gonna travel. When she get big, she's gonna go here and there. The Lord knows each of us future before we come out of our mother's womb. And sometimes God has planned for our life, but we want other plans. It's just like, for example, I've seen cases where, youngsters, when they leave school, guys, when the youngsters leave school, the parents say, I'm a doctor and I want all my children to be doctors. I've heard about this case where this young man, he didn't want to be a doctor. He wanted to go to be an artist. He wanted to be a musician. But he came from a family of doctors and lawyers. And the parents pressure him and he went to the university. And he studied medicine and he passed, and he became a doctor. But guess what? He after graduating, guys, you know what he did? He left the medical field and went to do what he was passionate. He went into music, and now he is a big artist. So sometimes what we have planned, what we want for our life, is maybe that is not really what God wants for us. Maybe that is not our true calling. Maybe that is not our true career. You see people going to teaching, and when they're going to teaching, they think they're going to teaching, and when they're going there, they can't teach the children them. Skill. They know how to do the thing, guys. They know all the subject, but for them to execute the subject so that the students can learn, they don't have that ability. But when you find somebody that that has that calling to be a teacher, when you find that person that have that calling to be a nurse or a doctor, when they go to do their work, they do it with passion. So if their true calling was to be a teacher, when they go into the classroom to teach, the children will understand, because they will have patience and patience to make sure that the children understand. And they will find ways to make sure that the children learn, because that's their true calling, their true career. But if it's not their true career and they're not gonna love it. They're not gonna have the time. They can't bother. So sometimes we are going on a pathway and we are choosing career paths that is not the right pathway for us. And we wonder why we keep on failing and nothing goes. Sometimes, as I said, this video is about this life, is sometimes we have to sit back, be alone, like how you say I'm alone, come back and just relax your mind and think about your goals, think about what you want to achieve in life. And if you know what you want to achieve in life, if you know what goals, if you know what you want to do out of life, then you're gonna, after knowing what you want to do, the next thing you're gonna do is how to execute those goals and make them come a reality. So once you find out what you want to do in life and what you want to be in life, then the next thing is how to go about it. Do I need help? Do I need financial resources? Do I need financial resources? How do I get the financial resources? Do I borrow a loan? Do I borrow it from my family? Do I have to go to work and make sure that I save up this money to take for my future goals? So you first of all, you have to find a alone time and think about your life. Go back into, and the best place to do this, guys. The best place is just sit down somewhere quiet. Because maybe you're at home and the children making noise. Maybe you're there at home and the neighbors have some loud music going on. And you can't even hear your ears. Sometimes there's problem and all kind of stress, you know, a lot of in the environment. So you go somewhere by yourself where you are alone to think about your future. Think about your goals. Think about what you want to do and how to execute it, how to make it become a reality. And when you do that, guys, when you find out what you want to do, then you need to work towards it. What do I need? For example, I want a house. I'm tired of paying rent, for example. And if you say you want a house and you're tired of paying rent, you're tired of making this landlord and the landlady takes, it's, and them in problem because of rent and all of that. You say you want a house. You say, Lord, I need a house. You say that you're going to provide for my needs and I need a roof over my head. I need somewhere to call my own. And if that's your passion, if that is what you want, because as I said, we all have different goals, we all have different things that we want to aspire in life, we want to achieve in life. And if, as I said, if it's a house you need, you're gonna think about, how am I gonna get the house? First of all, do I have any money save up to buy a house? Because I must have some money save up. I must have somewhere that I can borrow this loan. And if I'm gonna borrow the loan to buy a house, I need to have a work, because nobody's gonna give me a loan if I'm not working. So the first thing, if it's a house that you need to have a job. You need to have a job. So when you go to borrow the loan, if you don't have the money in your account, I'm just giving an example, guys. If you don't have the money in your account, if you are working and you have the money in your account and you can go and take out a mortgage and make a down payment, then you can do that. If you don't have the money in your if you don't have the money in your account, you have to think about, hey, I'm gonna borrow this money. But first of all, if you're gonna buy a house, unless you're gonna buy the house cash. If you're not gonna buy the house cash, because nowadays people can't, you must, unless you are very wealthy, that you can just take out cash and buy a house. But for most of us that are not wealthy, I'm not talking about the persons that are wealthy. I'm talking about the poor class or the middle class of people. The people that are wealthy can buy anything that they want. But I'm talking about you and I. We are not wealthy. We are not rich. We might be middle class, or we might be poor or middle class. So I'm talking to these set of people, because money make the world go round, and if we don't have the money, so you think about, you say, all right, I want a house. So you're not rich, you don't have the money in the bank. You need to know that I have to have a job first, because if I have to have a job, and if I have a job and I have the money in the bank account, then I can go and make the payment, a down payment, because we're not going to have the full money for the house. So we're going to make a down payment on one of those mortgage companies. If we don't have the money in the bank, we're going to say we have to go to a loan institution or go to a bank and borrow the money. But before you can go to a loan institution or go to a bank, these people, the loan institution or the bank is going to want to make sure that you are working, because they're not going to give you money if you're not working. They're not going to give you money if you're not working. So first of all, when you're thinking about having a house, you want a house, you have to make sure that you are working. If you're you have to make sure you're working, or you have to make sure that you have even a down payment, and the money for the house, or you have to make sure you know somewhere where you can go and borrow this money. So once you say, all right, I'm working, I have the money, and I know where I can go and get the money to borrow, or to, then you're gonna look at potential houses. You're gonna look at different places that you want to buy a house. You're not gonna want to buy a house in an area where like in a poor area where because when you buy your house, you have to buy it in a safe area. You want to buy a house in a safe environment, that you don't have to feel threatened when you walk on the road, that you don't have to think about thief or people jumping over your gate or your house and come and rob you and kill you. So the next thing you're going to have to think about, where do I want this house? Do I have the money to buy the house uptown? Or do I have the money to buy the house downtown? And you don't want to buy the house in an area, in an impoverished area where your life is threatened. So then you have to go and say, all right, you're going to seek out where I want to buy this house. Or if for example, if like you have a place, a mortgage place that sell house, you can contact them and find out if they're building any house. Because some of these mortgage places, like NHT in Jamaica, they build houses. And all you do, you just go to them and you buy a house from them. They will give you the loan for the house, and you buy and you pay them through your salary deduction. So you find out now where, all right, this is the area and this is where I want the house. Then you go and contact the people that have these houses. Whether you're gonna buy a house, whether you're gonna contact a real estate owner, whether you're gonna, if you see a house on the open market, maybe somebody is moving away and selling their house, maybe they're going to different countries and they're selling their house. You contact the person that you want to buy the house from. You contact them, and then after contacting them, you come to some agreement. How much is the house? How, and you're gonna contact them how to pay, whether to pay a deposit on the house, and how you're gonna pay the monthly installment. And this is how you go about it. You understand? So I'm just an example I'm giving you. If it's a car, it's the same thing. If you're going back to school, if your passion is to go back to school to get an education, get a degree, a master's or a PhD. If your passion is to go to get a career, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna think about what you want to do. When you think about what you want to do, whatever profession you want, then you're gonna have to think about, all right, how do I go about doing this? What are the resources that I need? What money do I have? The money? Do I have the money? Do I have the resources, the finances to send myself to school for 3 years? How can I get a scholarship? How can I get a scholarship? You try all the possible place where you can get a scholarship. If you can't get a scholarship, working. But if I'm working, maybe I can't go to school full. If I'm gonna go back to school, maybe I can't work full time, because some of these career paths you have to do full time. So you're thinking about going a career path that you have to. If you're going to think about going to be a doctor or a nurse or maybe a teacher, some of these career paths is full time school and you can't work. So you're gonna say, oh, am I gonna be able to maintain myself, the school fee, the tuition over these 3 or 4 years? So you have to think about, so you have to start, say, all right, this is what I want to do, but I don't have the resources right now. So I'm gonna get a work. And when I get this work, I'm gonna save up the money. I'm gonna save some money. And when I save this money, when I'm ready to go, when I think that I have enough money, I'm gonna go now to the college wherever and find out about the school fee and apply to do the program to whether whatever program, whatever career path, and that's how you start. But first of all, I'm saying sometimes you need alone time. Alone time to think about your future, think about what goals. Sometimes you can't even get to concentrate at home because the children giving trouble, the neighbors giving trouble. Sometimes you can't get so much things happening. But when you are by yourself, like oh I am in nature right now, I'm under this beautiful tree. You see the breeze blowing in my face. I'm enjoying nature. And while I'm enjoying this wonderful nature and looking back at nature and seeing all of this beautiful creation and thanking God, I'm I'm thinking about oh just seeing this scenery around me clear my mind from the pressures and the worries and the troubles of life so that I can go back into the real reality of what I want to do in life and think about my future. When I'm alone in this environment, I can think freely. When I see the birds, when I look at the lustrous trees, the beautiful lustrous green trees, the beautiful flowers. When I look at the landscape, when I look at the breeze blowing in my face, the butterfly flying around, the birds chirping. When I look at these things and say, oh, what a wonderful creation. This is a wonderful creation, but what is the purpose that God has created me for? What is my purpose in life? Why was I born? Why was I what role was I to play in this life? Am I gonna come into this world to be useless, to be worthless, or do I think about our future? So if we don't think about the future, we're gonna get frustrated. That is why some people are on drugs. Some people are taking cocaine, ganja, drugs out because they're stressed out. Some people are taking alcohol. Some people are becoming mental health. You hear they're talking about a lot of mental health going around. Mental health going around. People are committing suicide. People are frustrated. That's why sometimes families break up, marriages break up. All manner of things are happening. All manner of things are happening because sometimes we are unhappy with the life we have. We are unhappy about our pathway. We are unhappy because we don't achieve, because we are not achieving the goals that we need to achieve. When we look around and we see others advancing and succeeding, and sometimes guys it is good to follow get a role model. Get a role model. It is good to follow good people that are doing well. Get out of the bad company and look at persons and and imitate or whatever their life. Role models and say, if that person can do it, I can do it also. If that person can do it, I can do it. I say to yourself, speak positive words over your life. Don't say, I can't make it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. This is not for me. But you say to yourself, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Have a positive mindset. Be positive. Have faith in yourself. Love yourself and go for what you want. Sometimes we spend time and giving all our resources and time to people, and we put ourselves aside. We don't focus on ourselves. And when that happens, you ever see some people when they get old in life, they don't have any career path, they don't have anything because they spend their time doing other things and focus on other, and they never really sit down and think about themselves and what they want to do in life. And then they get too old, very old, they can't manage anymore. So guys, love yourself. Speak positive things about your life. Always said, once you have life and health and you have God by yourself, just trust in him and ask him to give you the strength, and ask him, let his will be done. Let him whatever he needs, whatever he knows what is good for us, and leave it in his hand. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Just do your part and let God do the rest. Guys, when I speak to you like this, I'm speaking to myself. Because right now, guys, I'm doing something right now, and the Lord has brought the Lord has brought us from one step to another step. This is the last step of it, and we don't know. We are just going by faith. We don't know what it's gonna be. We don't know if the last stage of this process that we are doing as a family, we don't know what's gonna be. Will it be a success? Will it finally work out to be a success? Will it be a setback, a stumbling block? But right now we surrender it in God's hand, and we say, Lord, if you carry us through the most difficult part of this journey, and you carry us through the difficult, and we reach the last stage of this journey, Lord, and we trust you. We have you to go before us on this journey, and now we are at the last stage. We say, Lord, I know that you're not going to leave us at this last stage, this crucial stage. We know that you're going to be with us. You're not going to desert us at this process. You're going to, whatever you started, you're going to finish it. So whatever the setback, whatever the stumbling block, the Lord will take it away. If it is people gonna be a setback, the Lord will deal with them. Whatever the circumstances, want to leave it in God's hand and say, Lord, I surrender this stage, this journey before you. Go before and lead the way. So when we ask God to take control and lead the way, whatever setback, whether it be by man, whether it by the devil, the Lord is gonna fight our battles. Whether it be a spiritual warfare, whether it be a physical human warfare, whatever the situation that has been causing the setbacks in our life, the stumbling block, the delay, the stagnation, the failures and the end, whatever it is that has been causing our life not to go on. Once we say, Lord, we leave it in your hand. I surrender it in your hand. Once we surrender the battle, we surrender the journey and say, Lord, take control. And we trust his process. One thing we know, my God, that he said in his word, that as he provide for the lilies of the field, the birds of the air, and he provide for the lilies of the field. As he provide for our needs, he said we provide for our needs. He said, no good thing will he withhold from them that trust him. He said, as our Jesus said in his word, that as our soul prosper, he wants us to be prosperous in this life, and he wants us to be in good health. He said, ask and it shall be given, knock and it shall be opened, seek and it shall be found. He said, it no good thing with he withhold from them that trust him, and he is not man that he should lie. And because it's these words, that encourage me, is these words that keep me going, is these words that give me that is causing me to press on, is these words that, and he said, if you have faith as a mustard seed. You know what a mustard seed is? Let me tell you guys, a lot of people don't know. Jesus know that enough of us not gonna have faith. Jesus know that we as human beings not gonna have faith. And he said all he wants to see is that we have faith as a mustard seed. If you look at a mustard seed, you can't see a mustard seed. A mustard seed is so small that maybe you'd have to go take one of those. He just want a little tip of our faith in him. Some of us gonna have a little of it, and some gonna have more. But as we trust him, we faith, the mustard seed gonna get big and grow and get and bigger. But all God requires of us is just faith as a mustard, as small as a mustard seed. And if we have faith in him, that whatever our goals, whatever, and we trust him to lead the way and take care, and we surrender it and say, Lord, help us to fight this battle, help us to carry on. If we have faith, that in whatever we are hoping for in life, whatever career path, if we just have faith in ourselves and faith in God and patience, it can come true. And today I sit here before you guys, and I'm not telling you that I have 100% of faith. Sometimes the devil will put doubt, but when the devil put doubt in my mind about what we as a family want, when the devil put those thoughts, I go back to the word of God. I go back to his promises, because his promises are true. And when I go back to his promises and go back to his word, that is what is keeping me. That is what is motivating me to go on. And this journey, this last stage of the journey, I leave it in God's hand. And as he said, I honor my words above my name. Jesus said, whatever he says, if he when he utter a word, when he make any promises to us, it will not return unto him void, but whatever he says he's gonna do, it must accomplish, because he is not man that he should lie. And because of those things, and because of his promises, because we know that we serve a God that is not a liar, like how people will tell lie on us, the devil will deceive us. God is not like that. There's no lie in him. So we can trust his word, we can trust his promises. And that is why I know that whatever God does from now on, I say, Lord, I leave this journey in your hand, this last stage of the journey. All I'm asking you, let your will be done in our life and not the will of the devil and his demonic force. Let at the end, whatever happen on this journey, because we are trusting in your word, whatever happened with this journey that we are on, let it be your will. If it come true, it is your will for it to come true. If it don't come true, it is not your will for it to come true. And if it don't come true, we know that you have better. The Lord sees your cry. He sees how much times you cry and you feel unworthy. The Lord sees how you doubt yourself. The Lord sees your secret tears. He sees how you feel like there's no hope. The Lord see how when you look around and you see, you pray and you see nothing come. The Lord see how you feel like He's not answering a prayer. The Lord sees that sometimes you might think that you might be too wicked, or you've done something wicked for him not to answer your prayer. The Lord sees everything and he knows your thoughts. And when the time is right, he said, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. There's there's seasons in our life. There's summer, there's winter, autumn, and spring. You don't have spring all the year, right through the year. You don't have autumn all through the year, neither summer. Sometimes, so just as how we change seasons. So if we are in a season of failure, there's gonna be a season of success. If we are in a season of unhappiness and trials, we're gonna be in the Lord will take us from that season and bring us in another season. Nothing remain the same. Nothing remain constant. So we have to trust the process. Trust the process, guys. So I'm trusting whatever way it goes. One thing I say, Lord, please do not let our enemies have the last laugh. You have people in this world don't want you to succeed. They want to see everything you try, it fail. But at the same time, they are there praying for themselves and their families to succeed, while they put a stumbling block in your way, while they hold it on with their foot. But God see those things, and they are not God. Delilah tried. Delilah tried, Delilah tried to kill Elijah. Delilah tried, not Delilah, Jezebel tried to kill Elijah. Jezebel thought that her gods that she worshipped was stronger than the living God. And so she tried everything, and she failed. She ended up losing her life, because God showed them there is no other God than me. Pharaoh tried to hold on the children of Israel. Pharaoh tried to hold on the children of Israel by putting stumbling block in the way. The Lord want to take the children of Israel out of bondage, and Satan and Pharaoh want to keep them in bondage. He wouldn't want the children of Israel to go free. And the Lord sent Moses and say, go and get my people out of Israel, out of bondage. Sometimes we are in bondage. We might not be in a slavery bondage, but we are in bondage, spiritual warfare bondage. We are in bondage. We can't succeed in life. We are in bondage because nothing working good in our life. We are in bondage, different type of bondage. The children of Israel were in a bondage, and God said, it is no time for my children to be free. It is no time for you to be free. But the devil want to hold it down. Some wicked enemy want to hold it down in life. They don't want to see you prosper. But God is saying, I want to take you out of bondage. I want to make you succeed. I want to make your dreams come true. But the devil is going to try to put stumbling block in your way. The layer is going to put people to be a setback. Spiritual warfare that we can't see with our natural eye, because the devil don't want us to succeed. And so when the Lord sent Moses down there, the Lord sent Moses and he said, let my people go. And Pharaoh said, who is this God that I should obey him? And the Lord did show, Pharaoh that he is the true and living God. If you go back and read the story of what happened, the great Exodus, and how God dealt with the Egyptian to deliver his people. He make a way out. Sometimes you say there's no way out. Sometimes you say in your life, there's no way out. Everything I try fail. Everything I put my hands, I lose money trying to accomplish my goal. I try this and there's no way. There's no way out. When you think there's no way out, there's a way out. Because what is impossible for man, it is not it is possible for God. When we think that everywhere is black, God's ways and his thoughts are higher than us. God have many ways. When we think all ways are closed up, God have many ways. Look at what he did with the Red Sea. When the children of Israel were coming out of Egypt, they did not have anywhere to go. It was the Red Sea before them, and it was Pharaoh behind them coming to carry them back into captivity. And the children of Israel said, there's no way out. How we can't swim across this ocean? And the Lord opened the Red Sea. The Lord can make a way out for you when you think there's no way out. The children of Israel did not believe that there was a way out. They were going to perish. And the Lord opened the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went through the Red Sea. He make a road through the Red Sea, and they crossed over a road through the Red Sea. He make a way when there was no way out, and they crossed over. Pharaoh thought that he could come and go after God created a way out. Pharaoh thought that he could come in the Red Sea, go through the way and capture them. But God said, I created this way for my people. I did not create this pathway for you. And Pharaoh and his men drowned into the sea. God, all I'm saying, guys, God can make a way when there is no way out. When it seems impossible. When the enemy shut up doors. When the devil shut up doors. When the devil block our pathway, the Lord can find many pathways to open. When one door is closed, he can open other doors. So we just have to trust him and ask him to go forth and fight every spiritual warfare, every human warfare that opposes our destiny, opposes the will for us to succeed in life. We have to surrender it to God and ask God to take control, guys. And so I know with all my heart that whatever the process go, I am trusting his word. And he said he's not man that he should lie. When God want to bless Joseph, he gave Pharaoh a dream. And Joseph become governor of Egypt. When God want to bless Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel, what did he do when it was the time for them? He give Nebuchadnezzar a dream. So when the time is right, the Lord their God will make it happen. We just have to have patience and trust the process, guys. Trust the process. What is impossible for you, it is not impossible for God. Man will try. Man will try to fight. Man will try. He will, when you go in front of kings, when you go in front, he will speak for you. You put words in your mouth. He will show them favor. He will make them, when it is God's will for your life, no man can stop it. No devils can stop it. When you go for that interview and it is God's will for you to get that job, the interviewer will have to give you that job, because it is God's will for you to get the job. When it is God's will for you, no man, no devil, no demon can stop it, because they cannot fight God. They cannot fight God. They might fight near you with all kind of witchcraft and all kind of things, but those things don't affect. Man love to fight people with witchcraft. Man love to kill people so they can progress. But those things cannot affect the God that we serve, the Yeshua, the I am that I am, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. And you might say, why everything she talk about God? Because I can do nothing. I can do nothing of myself. But it is God that I trust and I depend and I surrender. So if there are a lot of people don't want to hear about God, but do I run my life? Do I wake up myself in the morning? Did I make myself? So that is why I have to include God in the process. Because I used to take up things, I used to do things by myself. And I'm scratching my head, I'm fretting, I'm losing weight, my pressure is going up, my pressure is going down. All because I am trying to figure it out myself. All because I'm doing it myself. All because I didn't trust God to surrender. But you see, when I surrender it to God, when I surrender it to God, I see that He's working. I see 3 years or more now. We have been trying to do it, and we see no way out. But when we step back and we think about it and we say, Lord, I've tried by myself and it is not working. This battle now look like a spiritual battle, and I cannot fight spiritual warfare by myself. The forces of darkness, the iniquity around is stopping me. So God, I surrender it in your hand. I am surrendered in your hand. And when I surrender it in God's hand and I ask Him to let His will be done, I'm seeing where the Lord is working. He is the commander in the army of the Lord in my battles, in our battles. And He will be the commander in the army of the Lord and go forth and finish this journey. Because God's word must come true. For us and those that come against us, He will get the victory. The testimony and the praises will go to Him, not go to Satan. No man, no devil will not laugh. The enemy will not laugh and say, so would we have it. The enemy will not laugh and rejoice in their wickedness because they get their will. No, they can't fight God. They can't fight God, so that is why we left it in God's hand. That's why we decided to leave it in God's hand, because no man, no devil, no demon can fight their creation, their creator. So me left it in the creator hand. And let me see the creator, let me see which devil, let me see which human being I go fight the creator. Everything now we surrender to God. We left it in God's hand. All along we was trying to do it, and it never worked out. It only brings stress, it only brings tears, it only brings all kind of here upon here. But we say, Lord, this time me can't go insane. This time me can't deal with it, Jesus. You said we must take our burdens and leave it at your feet. Jesus, this is too much for we carry. Me I surrender it in your hand. And when we surrender it, we say step by step, the Lord is working. But guess what? The enemy was wrought. The enemy, because he's a persistent, the devil is very persistent, you know. The devil is very persistent. But I said, Lord, let your will be done in our life, and let not the will of the devil and his demonic force be done. Let your will be done. We don't want the will of the devil and his demonic force. We don't want to sit at the tables of no demons. And we don't want drink from no cup of no devils. And we don't want to sit at no table of devils. We now go to them place, say, go find out what the future hold. We now go to no psychic. We now go to no witches and warlocks and workers of iniquity. Are you we are turned to? Are you we are depend? Because if you can't do it, no man can do it. And we surrender by faith. Even if I have a faith as small as a mustard seed, we are leave it in a God's hand, and we are see. We are there wait and see what gonna happen. And we come back, and I will tell you this victory. I will tell you, you hear me talk now, guys. I don't know what the outcome, but I will tell you. You might say, I'm trusting, I'm talking about God, but I know by faith that I will come back and give the victory. God will give the praise, and I will tell you guys what happened. I will tell you guys what happened. Because I trust the word of God. I trust the God that I serve. That there's nothing impossible for him to do. I trust that when the devil and when human being and when the devil try to close one door, God can open many doors in our life for us to succeed. Sometimes the way we can't succeed in life because there's spiritual forces in life that is stopping our success. Spiritual forces stopping our success. A lot of us are coming from generation curse. Because maybe what our foreparents have done in the past, it affect the third and fourth generation. Sometimes persons have gone to witches and warlock. I was watching England playing against Ghana. I was watching the World Cup of England playing against Ghana. And they said that a witch doctor from Ghana put a curse on Harry. And so England did not score. So that means which those people can put curse on people. So sometimes at those curse in our life across the spiritual warfare that we not succeed. Sometimes people, witches and warlocks, have put a curse upon our life and we can't succeed. So sometimes some spiritual battles we can't fight it. We have to surrender it in God's hand. We have to surrender it in God's hand. So that is why I said sometimes, guys, you need time to sit down, to be alone, and to think about your future, and invite God in the process. Invite God in the process, because some of these battles that we are facing is not human battle. It's some warfare battles, warfare, because the word of God said that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. So guys, I mean, if you give up in life, you are twice defeated. If you give up once you have life and have health, keep trying. Keep pushing. Keep trying. Keep pushing. Keep trying. Keep pushing until you attain the goal that you want to achieve in life. You see when man we fail we, family we fail we. With children we fail we. With parents we fail we. With husband we fail we. With wife we fail we. With co-workers we fail we. But God now fail we. Guys, the breeze, it feels so good. You see on here cool? It's cool and nice, guys. I'm under a banyan tree. This looks like a banyan tree.
Hold up on the tree. Eh? Huh. What's there on you? Hey! Pizza. Pizza, Maggie.
As I said, on this channel, it's just words of inspiration. As I motivate myself, I'm motivating you too, guys.
Okay, the thin line over there. Okay.
Life, the people them in you see people in life I think that everything comes easy. The people in life they just don't want to work hard. The people in life they just want people just to take their burden. They don't want to carry their own burden. The people in life we don't want to try, want everybody to just do things for them. Have a lazy mentality, if you don't want to work hard to achieve your goal, if you just want people to take your burden, you don't want to carry your own a burden, because everybody have their own burden. If you just want to make you just want everything to be done your way. If you want to go through life and fear, if you want to go through life cheating away in school, cheating your way in interviews, just cheating. If that's what you're not gonna achieve in life, you might climb the top of the ladder. You might go on the top of the ladder and you drop back down because there's no substance. But when you know you work hard and you climb the ladder of success, if you climb it fairly, you will not drop off of the ladder and come back to ground. But if you climb the ladder of success, if you climb the ladder of success, if you climb the ladder of success by cheating your way, you're gonna fall down because you don't have no substance. You want rooted and grounded. So you must fall down. Success comes through hard work. Success comes through hard work. It's not easy. It's not easy. But nobody tell us that the road will be easy. Even the Bible says we have to carry our own cross. You have some people in their life, they want you to carry, you have your cross to carry now. You have your problem, and they want to come lay for them problem on you. Then just want life easy. They want you solve for them problem. They want you know, so you have your own problem to carry, and they want to come put for them burden and for them problem on you. When your problem and burden are hold you down, are carry you down already, Them better put the burden on Jesus on, because Jesus is the burden bearer. We are me, burden bearer. We have to carry our own cross. We can't take on people's burden. I went to work this morning, and I went to work and I get some mangoes. Sometimes, guys, we have the big food can eat, and sometimes we have to learn to live within our means. Sometimes we have to live with our means. But if we everything we see other people want, have, and we just ready and want it, we don't know. We might not have the money to buy. You see somebody, you just work in a ordinary work, and you see somebody buy a Benz. Your little work where you have, your little work where you have can give you can buy a Benz out of that. You can maintain a Benz. But because it's your neighbor have one Benz, you don't know how they get the Benz if they get it free. You don't know if the neighbor they use drugs and get the Benz. You don't know if a years of saving in get to buy the Benz. You don't know if a borrow a loan and if you buy the Benz and the amount of money where he might spare fi pay for that loan there. You can't even take it from your salary that done. You don't know, but because you see your neighbor with a Benz, you're gonna go all the way to impress. And so that is why enough people get themselves in trouble. Satisfy with what you have until you can do better. Satisfied with what you have, but you have the ambition to a Corolla. Even if you buy a ladder, you go on with the ladder and you go and save. You go and save and put yourself in a no problem until you can buy a Corolla. And then after you buy a Corolla, if you have the money, you can go and buy a Benz buy. But climb slowly. Not climb too heavy, you go climb the top of the ladder and go buy a Benz. And you fall back the bank, can't take back the Benz. Or you can't pay for the loan. Greedy, we must not be ready and greedy. We must be contented. Be contented. The Bible says be contented with what we have. We must be contented with what we have. Guys, I have these mangoes. I have these 3 mangoes, guys. These are green skin mango. I could be buying a pizza now. I could be buying a Burger King. I could be buying something big now. But I don't watch what people are doing. I know my expense. I know what I have to do. I just want to say congratulations to those Any of my subscribers, any of you that have children that do PEP exam, if any of you have children that do PEP exam or CXC and CAPE, I just want to say congratulations to those that have passed their PEP exam and those that have passed their CXC and their CAPE exam. I know how difficult as Jamaicans, we know what PEP exam is be like. We know what it is to do CXC and CAPE in Jamaica. I've gone through that process. It was very stressful because you want your child to get good passes in the CXC and the CAPE exam so they can go to the university, or you want them to get good passes in the CXC so that they can go to sixth form. So I know the work that the students are pressure and the parents, the pressures and the parents. So congratulations to all the parents that their children are Jamaican subscribers, that their children, if you know somebody, or whether your relatives, your own children, that have done the prep exam and they have done exceptionally well. I just want to say congratulations to them, and hard work brings success. And for those that have done 6 and Cape and have gotten their good result, I just want to say congratulations to them also. And guys, I have this to say. Any Jamaicans here? Because I want to talk to the Jamaicans. I don't know how they do it in the Caribbean country, but any Jamaican here, whether it is your child or your nieces, your nephew, your grandchild, your grandniece, your cousins, or a friend, you know somebody that do the GSAT. I keep on calling it GSAT, but the PEP exam. I have something to say to you guys. Any Jamaicans here? You see up the background? Look at the background. The background is beautiful, guys. Look at this beautiful background. That's why I love nature. I like nature. Look at the beautiful background. Nowadays, they're cutting down the trees through deforestation. So when they cut down the trees, you can't see this beautiful scenery again, because they're cutting down the trees and the forest to build business place, factories, and so forth. So you can, when you do see a lot of trees and so forth around, you have to appreciate it. Right now, I'm sitting under a banyan tree. This is a banyan tree I'm sitting under. So guys, look at this banyan tree. I was on a call, guys. Sorry about that. I was on a call. It's a banyan tree, guys. It's like a banyan tree. Look, This look like a banyan tree. You see how tall this tree is? This a banyan tree. This they call this a banyan tree. This, yes. You see the tree trunk? Look at this tree trunk here. It's, this is the tree I'm sitting under, guys. You see that tree? This is how big the tree is. The breeze is feeling so good, guys. Look at me now. Look at me. Isn't this um a beautiful picture? Let me see if my bag is still there. Isn't this a beautiful picture? Ah, enjoying, enjoying, enjoying. You can't be a shy around this camera. Can't be a shy person around this camera. So, stretching out this foot. I've been sitting down so long. Yes, stretching out, guys. Sometimes I have to do some exercise. Exercise to preserve health. Walking and exercising. Yeah, guys, good to always exercise. You see, when I'm in nature, I'm most, I can talk to you freely. You know, eating healthy, exercising, and keeping a positive mindset is good for your health. Good for your health, guys. It's beautiful under here. Look at the breeze. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus, for this lovely breeze. Thank you. Boy, guys, when we look on the football, let me tell you something. This World Cup this year is foolish. This World Cup is foolish. World Cup in football, World Cup is not like what it used to be, guys. I think there's favoritism in it. I get to understand some slackness going on in this World Cup here. When I look at this we are in the final now. When we look at the finals, we look at some of the countries that they give them to play with. They give them the easiest countries in the lineup of 32. Easiest countries, and some countries get some hard countries. They don't mix it up. I see one country, all of the four, because in the lineup of 32, each country have to play with 4 groups in the lineup of 32. And I'm seeing one country that the country get all of the easy country to play with. Well, when they look at another country, them get the hardest team. They don't mix it up. And I'm saying that they already plan out who they want to win for the World Cup. It is already planned. That is unfair. And that is why I pray for some upsetter. some upset that take place in the World Cup this year because what man plan with unfairness with them are planning at the World Cup this year. I pray what they say, we have a saying in Jamaica, when man a plan, gotta wipe out. When man a plan, gotta wipe out the foolishness and the unfairness. I hope some countries can do some upsetter. The countries them where they might think can win, that country there might turn out to be a headache in that country there where they want to win. The country where they want to win. Lord, I said if there's any unfairness in the World Cup this year, the country them when them put them to win, where they think they can beat, I hope the Lord make them beat them instead because of unfairness are going in the World Cup. The love of money, and greed that take place in the World Cup. That's an unfair thing that take place in the World Cup. And I hope some upset are coming in it because the countries that they put for win, the countries where them I put them against for win, I hope them countries where they underestimate, I hope them countries can win them. You must give other people a try. The last time you win World Cup, give somebody another time this year for win it, no? But because of greed, the different teams, the different clubhouses, and all of these things, who can get more contract here? Who can get to wear more plume of sneakers and gears or whatever? When I look at it now, I look at it, me see, they have Brazil, they have Argentina, they have France, Paraguay, where Ronaldo come from. Paraguay, where Ronaldo depend. Me say when me look on film team, them when get, hey, when me look on the country, then give me Paraguay better say, look here, this a year we not going to win the World Cup because then give them some team to play with. When me look for Argentina, as some baby then get Argentina to play with, me not hide it. As some baby then get Argentina to play with. Because they know so only one man work for Argentina side. And him do all of the work. So that's why they give the World Cup baby. Then give them all of them baby to play. Because only one man work. If that the man come off for Argentina side, Argentina lose every match. If he want come off, only him alone work on this. So what is a good team? A good team when every player, when the major person depend come off, if the major person sick, a good team. When you talk about it good, a good team that means say all players can play. So if the one that then look up for player, if he get sick and can't come, the team supposed to can win without him. That is a good team. But racism and partiality in the World Cup. And that's why this year, guys. And that's why this year some world they upsetter. Because they never know. So the African countries where they make play with them. Then think so the African countries was a walkover. But then get some upsetter this year. Then get a shock of their life. FIFA get a shock of their life. Because they never know, sir. Some of them African team would have go down to reach in the 32. But appear unfairness are going on. It look like then done. One lady come on TikTok and the lady come on TikTok and the lady say then done already every year then done plan out before World Cup how which team are going win. And so, because then go say no, because the lady come and prophesy on TikTok say a Paraguay go win. Hey, I want to tell this lady for prophesy on TikTok say a Paraguay go win. Then give Paraguay where Ronaldo playing pan, then give them the hardest team to play in the 32 league. But at one side, me say, guys, if me, at one side me I carry, me I carry two some, me I look for two somebody still. But you see Brazil, the five-star general, win, draw or lose, they will always be my team. Brazil will always be my team. And the next team that I look forward to if Brazil no win, are France. France. Them mango are sweet, you see guys. Them mango are sweet. What is this, guys? What is this? Hey, skin. I don't want to eat any more mangoes. These mangoes are sweet. I have a bag of them. A bag of mangoes, guys. I have some mango juice when I go home to make these mango juice. Guys, thank God I don't have to go home for now. Let me see if I can. This is just 10%, guys. I'm Yes, let me just relax and enjoy nature. You saw the breeze that's blowing in my. Yeah. Look at this lovely breeze. worship you. Are here in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. Are here working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light up the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Maker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are here in every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Are here in every heart. Worship you. I worship you. Your lives around you. I worship you. Are here in every heart. Worship you. I worship you. We maker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light up the darkness. That is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Let's go again, guys. Are here within our midst. I worship you. I worship you. Are here working in our place. Worship you. I worship you. You are here within our midst. I worship you. I worship you. Are here in this. Worship you. I worship you. How much? 65. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Maker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Here in every heart, worship you. I worship you. Are here every heart. I worship you. Around, look around, guys. A lot of people are here. A lot of people are over here celebrating birthdays. The children are on holidays, guys. Look at people. A lot of people are here. I haven't seen the place, show you the place. A lot of people are here. Huh? I'm not sure. You have to check down further down. Made a way, but you did it. Didn't hear. We get through this furnace. By surprise. You got this figured out. You're watching us. If we win, you made a way. Was against the wall, and it seemed as if it was over. You made a way. We're standing here only because you made a way. The way. We're here. Back at where we've been from. And nothing we've done. There's the love and mercy you found. Your grace was strong enough to lift us up. You made a way. Was against the wall, and it looked as if it was over. You made a way, and we're standing here only because you made a way. When our back was against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, you made a way. And we're standing here only because you made a way. Move mountains, you cause walls to fall with your power. You provide miracles. There is nothing that's impossible. Standing here only because you made our mountains. You cause walls to fall with your power. You perform miracles. There is nothing that's impossible. And we're standing here only because you made a way. You cause walls to fall with your power. You perform miracles. There is nothing that's impossible.
I want to meet up with over here, but I don't know where they are. And they don't sell credit on the compound. Can they get us 1 week call if you have your credit, please?
Okay. Let me see. Do you have any credit here?
Just select that, just ask them where they are.
Hold on there. Let me check.
Tell them, oh, God, and they said Devon. So Devon knows noisy.
Alright, let me see if I can. I don't know. Miss. The source. What's the number?
So it's 876, no, because you know the 876, sorry, hold on. Just give me a minute. All right, so it's 540
540
65
65
38.
38. Let me see.
Put on speed. No, that's
And since me I use up the, me I use up the data on the. You have data on your phone?
No.
Oh, you know, have data because.
I know we're on the compound of sell credit.
I.
I can't believe it. That's what the security said. Nobody will sell credit on the compound. It's surprising. Very surprising.
And you say you search over, you know, see the thing? You check on that back?
Check one of them, so check everywhere. I see them.
And
And I
what time
hope
they
they
say them
don't.
a come?
They said 2:30. I hope and pray.
Good man. Ah.
That's okay. I think I'm going to make a school.
A school work?
Yeah.
You sure sign on Hope Garden then gone?
No, but we changed it from Hope Gardens to here, so they should have texted me from morning, because from me I come out to the house, I don't see anybody texting. I see Devon house.
What I know?
And 2:30 gone.
I wonder if.
Them up at Hope Gardens.
Yeah.
I would have been so upset, you know.
And they're so far from here,
And them
so.
appear fully to some one.
Oh my God. Search if you not see them. Because they don't come by now. Not one somebody from the group, you know, see.
Not one, I mean, I tried to see the kind of.
I just. I don't know. You know, so I Sunday them housework.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I left work this morning.
you go work?
I go work last night.
Yeah?
I
say you left work
Yes,
and go cook?
and I go to church. You hear me? I don't sleep yet. I'm telling you, nurse. Yes,
Bed nurse, and
yes.
you leave and you go
So I'm
home.
telling you, this group, they must stop them thing, and most of them in there are young people.
Oh my God.
Stop them thing,
The young
man.
people them want nothing. You say them are young people now they
Let me
focus,
say,
you know?
let me say one, two, tell them in there are young people.
Jesus.
But tell
That's
them,
what.
man.
You're supposed to want to sleep by now.
And tomorrow morning I have work at 7.
Eh, eh.
You think I'm on the night for the rest of the week I can sleep, but not
Yeah.
today.
Oh my God.
And it's not an 8 hours or 12 hours, 7 to 7.
12 hours from 7 to 7.
7 in the night. 12 hours a day.
Oh, from 7 in the night. In
In
the
the morning
morning.
to 7 in the night. Or when it's from 7 in the night to 7 in the morning.
Ah,
So it may tell them,
7 in the morning.
rough on me. But you know, when you want to get through some stuff,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah, man, that's okay. Warm time, guys.